Coachella Weekend 1 or Coachella Weekend 2? Which weekend is better? At the end of this video, I'm just going to give you the pros and cons of both weekends. And whatever weekend you end up choosing, you're going to have the best time, the best music experience. It doesn't really matter. But these are the pros and cons from Weekend 1 and Weekend 2. Weekend 1 is the premiere experience. It's fresh. It's a new and excitement in the air because you don't know what the structures are going to look like. You don't know what the stage design is going to look like. We don't know what the visuals of every artist are going to look like. Everyone's seeing everything for the first time. The grass is green. Everything is just looks beautiful in pictures. There's more influencers. There's more celebrities. The weather typically a little bit nicer on weekend 1. Nights are perfect. Sometimes a little bit cold, but it's pretty cool. Security is super relaxed weekend 1. I feel like they don't really check you as much weekend 1. It's the best surprise performances. So the artists are gonna bring the A-list performances. They're gonna bring the best guests, and they're gonna be promoting all the tours, promoting every guest that comes on. They're all promoting something. They just don't come on for anything. They're trying to create a buzz. They're trying to create more headlines. Weekend 1 is the weekend to do all that, and it's just like watching a movie premiere when you go to the movie theater. It's always cool to watch it. Everyone's watching it for the first time together. It's a collective thing. You're all watching that artist perform, the headliner or somebody in the small tent, the Gobi, someone in the Sonora. You're all watching it together. The artist is performing for the first time at Coachella. It's like a good connection. There's sometimes like jitters and mess ups and technical difficulties that happen during weekend 1, and that's some of the problems. Is Yeah, there'll be technical difficulties because there's so many artists, so many moving parts, the logistics of the flow of the crowd, security guards, even the workers, tens of thousands of workers that work the festival. There's gonna be mistakes and everything weekend 1 that gets fixed on weekend 2. The premiere is you're gonna have some difficulties. Some artists are gonna start their set and it's not gonna hit the way they want it to. They're not gonna win the crowd over with certain songs, and that's why weekend 2 they could prepare to level up that game. But we'll talk about weekend 2 right now. So yeah, that's like the pros and cons from weekend 1. It's the premiere. It's more relaxed. It's less crowded. It's easier to find parking because there's so many like exclusive parties and after parties happening around the festival where these influencers or celebrities are staying. Those people are not inside the festival, so it's actually less crowded inside, which is pretty nice. Weekend 2, it's all the people that were watching the live stream, the diehard fans, the people that are buying tickets last minute. They're like, wow, I saw the performance on YouTube. I saw these videos. I gotta go check it out. Usually the fans are like more super diehard fans, and there's a lot more people weekend 2. There's always more people weekend 2. The artists and the performances are better weekend 2 because what we talked about, the nervousness, the premiere, all the mistakes, all the songs that didn't hit. They changed their intros, and they already feel more confident performing weekend 2. The artists feel more confident playing the instruments weekend 2, and the crowd, they know what songs they saw on the live stream and what sets they want to check out. So yeah, the music is just better weekend 2. The guest performers though, sometimes they have better performance weekend 2, but it just depends on who you like. And I'll give the example of Labyrinth in 2023. Weekend 1, he brought out Billie Eilish, which some people would say that was their best and favorite moment because they're huge Billie Eilish fans. And then weekend 2, Labyrinth brought out Zendaya, and she, doesn't really perform. She's never really doing anything like that. And she sang a song at the Mojave tent, and some people could say that was their favorite moment. So yeah, it just depends on who you choose. But weekend 1 definitely has way more guest surprises. And then the workers, as well as the music, the workers and the staff and the flow of everything just gets better because they already saw a whole weekend of fixing all the problems with how the flow of traffic, even everything just works a lot better. See weekend 2 once everyone gets the experience of working weekend 1. Now the atmosphere is just, I always like to say it's more ghetto weekend 2. Like yeah, it's like people are gonna go hard. They're gonna party harder. They're gonna go more mosh pits. They're gonna be singing along more because they're not here for the after parties. They're not here for the exclusive things happening around the festival. They're here for the festival and they're here for the music, and they're gonna party harder. Now the security is stricter weekend 2 because again it's a little more ghetto, so security is a little tighter weekend 2. But the crowd is just so much more fun weekend 2. I don't know what it is, But weekend one is super fun too. Don't take it like, oh, the crowd sucks weekend one. Weekend two and weekend one, they have good crowds, but weekend two a little more ghetto. Now weekend two, the weather is a little bit hotter, which is actually good at night. I actually like the nights of weekend two a lot better than weekend one, because weekend one sometimes it's too cold. Like I remember Saturday, weekend one, I didn't take a sweater and I was freezing. I think we were watching Tyler the Creator, and it was fun, but it's like I was kind of freezing. And then weekend two, it just feels perfect. So the weather, it's a little hot in the daytime, but at night it's nice. Now there is a lot more dust on weekend two because all the grass from hundreds of thousands of people, 100,000 people, like you could conquer a nation with 100,000 people. I don't know, but 100,000 people walking over the grass back and forth, running around, it just kills the grass. So it just becomes dust on weekend two. By like Sundays, a lot of dust, and that's when people get the Coachella flu. They start, So make sure you guys protect your faces when you go to festivals. Just to be walking around so many people while you're walking from one stage to the other. Everything on weekend two is like less of a novelty because you already saw the structures. It's still cool to see them in person, but you already kind of see what things look like. You kind of saw what the sets are gonna look like. So it's still super cool because it's new to you, but it's still not like the premiere. It's like getting the movie spoiled. You're still gonna have fun, but you already know what's coming, kind of type of situation. And then parking on weekend two is more difficult. It takes longer to do day parking. There's way more people weekend two. Like on weekend one, you could show up like at 4 or 5 p.m., maybe 6 p.m. You'll find parking. If you try to show up like at 4 or 5 p.m. on weekend two, you're gonna be stuck in traffic. So make sure you guys plan that accordingly. So those are kind of like the pros and cons of weekend one versus weekend two. I personally like weekend one because I hate waiting and watching the live stream knowing that I could be there. Like I'd rather go weekend one and then watch the live stream weekend two, because then you're like, oh, I wonder where I missed, or rewatch the one you watched. So that's my personal opinion. I know so many more people that go weekend two that go weekend one, because weekend two is like everyone knows as the real party weekend. So it just depends. You choose weekend one or you choose weekend two, you're still gonna have the best experience watching the best artists doing their best sets and meeting the best people from all over the world. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. Let me know which weekend you prefer and why you choose that weekend. And if you can, you should go with both Coachellas. That's where the real magic happens. So my name's Angel. I'll see you guys at Coachella.